Welcome dear students. After discussions of transient heat conduction in the theory, today we are going to perform the practical of unsteady state conductions in our laboratory. So in our laboratory we have these apparatus, unsteady state apparatus, and using this apparatus we are going to study the unsteady state conductions, and we can calculate the internal resistance as well as the lump capacitance of the given specimen. So first of all, I explain you apparatus and then we will go for the procedure. So first we understand what are the different arrangements are given in this apparatus. So in this apparatus we can perform this practical for cooling purpose as well as for heating purpose. So we have two different arrangement. This one in which we have the water bath. We fill 1 liter of water in this water bath, and we have the nichrome heaters in this apparatus. Similarly, for the cooling purpose, we have the fan and which can operate. You can see here it is operate, and using this we can also analyze the unsteady state conductions for cooling. So we have both the arrangement, heating as well as cooling. And we have the three different specimen. One is made of aluminum, the second is made of copper, and third is made of steel. All the three different specimen have same geometry, so the dimension of all the three are same. So we do not need to change the volume as well as the surface area for the different specimen. Just we need to take the properties like specific heat of material, then weight and the density. So this is only the change. So the characteristics, length and area, volumes are remain same because we are taking three identical specimen, but the MOC, material of construction, is a different. See here the test specimen. So first specimen is made of the aluminum, the second is made of copper, and third is of the steel. So here see the temperature indicator channel is given. Here it is marking as a 2, this is a 3, and here it is a 4. So whenever we are using the steel, when we need to read the 4 number channel, for the copper 3, and for aluminum we need to read the 2nd number channel. And here you can observe that we fill the 1 liter of water, and we also have one channel number 1 to measure the temperature of this water bath. So this is the arrangement given for the heating. And similarly for the cooling purpose we have the fan. So when we put the specimen over here, we have analyzed for the cooling case. So this is the two different arrangements given for cooling as well as for heating. After discussions of apparatus arrangement, let us discuss the various arrangement given from the instrumentation side. So instrument that used over here in this apparatus is, one is nichrome heater, which is controlled by the voltage and current rating using this dimmer set. So voltage and current readings are indicating over here. Then we have used the 4 different thermocouples of K types. One is to measure the temperature of water bath. Another 3 is used over here to measure the temperature of this test specimen. Now we are going for the procedure. In procedure for the heating, that we need to set the dimmer set, this dimmer set, as in earlier practical we have set. Now in present situations, I have settled down the current is 0.85 and voltage is 197, and we will wait until the temperature of this water bath is reached to the 80 degrees centigrade. After that, after reaching the steady state conditions of water at 80 degrees centigrade, we will put this specimen in the water bath, and we will note down the reading after the interval of time, that is 15 seconds. So using stopwatch, and from this channel, the channel number is mentioned over here. For the aluminum the channel number is 2, for the copper we have to use the channel number 3, and for steel we have to use the channel number 4, and for the water bath we have the channel number 1. Channel number 1, 2, 3, 4 are indicating the temperatures of different specimen as well as the water heater. So using that temperature, that initial temperature as well as the T infinite, we can able to calculate internal resistance as well as the lump capacitance, and we also plot the graph using this reading. We need to wait until the temperature of water bath is reached to the 80 degrees centigrades. So we'll wait for the steady state conditions. Currently the temperature is reached at the 53 degrees centigrades. Students, refer the observation table. In observation table, the first column is of the serial number, the second column is for the time, third is of the temperature, and fourth, in that you need to do the calculations that T minus T infinite divided by Ti minus T infinite. So in that way you need to prepare this observation table for conclusion and remarks. Now temperature is reached to 62 degrees centigrades. Now the temperature is reached to the 75 degrees centigrades. As you can observe over here, the some of the steam formation is also happening from the water bath. So see here students, our temperature channel 1 is reached to the 80 degree. So now we take the one specimen, that is the aluminum, the channel number 2, and we will put it down in our water bath. So see here students, we will put our aluminum bar as well as we start the stopwatch. So now we put it down in the water bath. So now after 15 seconds we are taking the readings of channel number 2. So we'll record everything. As you can observe, the channel 2 is now increasing. The temperature of channel 2 is increases. So we'll note it down in our observation table, the various observations after interval of 15 seconds till the temperature of the channel 2 is becomes 80 degrees centigrades. At 80 degrees centigrades of channel 2, the specimen will reach in the steady state conditions with water bath. So now it is 45 seconds. So we take the readings at 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45, then 60 seconds. Here you can show that we put our specimen in water bath and now it is reached in the steady state conditions. Now student, you can see here our test specimen is reached in the steady state conditions. So note down the observations table and do the calculations, and after calculation you have to write your own conclusion in your lab manual. Student, as you observe the heating phenomena in these unsteady state conditions, similar way we can also analyze the unsteady state conductions in cooling. So whenever our classes are resumed, at that time we also perform this practical for cooling as well as the heating for other two specimen. Thank you for attending this practical session number 3.